Good morning, and thank you for being here and for the support you always give the United Bodegas of America. Today we are joined by many bodega owners that are here, men and women. These are the people that you see behind the counters in bodegas or in delis when you go there. We also have with us the President of the United Bodegas of America, Radames Rodriguez, and we have Dr. Debbie Almontaser from the Yemenese American Merchants Association, which basically represents thousands and thousands of Yemenis and Muslim-owned delis throughout New York City. And we partner in these things because together we are a much stronger organization. So, Doctor, thank you for being here with us. On July 1st, we all heard about Jose Alba and about how Mr. Simon went behind the counter and stabbed and attacked him, brutally attacked Mr. Alba. And when Mr. Alba defended himself, unfortunately, Mr. Simon passed away. It's very difficult and it's very easy to pass judgment on people. The easiest thing to do is to go to a crime scene and arrest whoever is alive at that scene, not knowing what transpired during the altercation. Jose Alba has our full support. The city of New York needs more people like Jose Alba. Our city is in crisis. And at this point, we are just fed up with people robbing, looting, attacking, assaulting, killing our small business owners. Mr. Alba was arrested. His bail was set at a very high number, which we all believed was unacceptable. Fortunately, our DA saw it that way and allowed for the bail to be reduced, where he was able to go home with $5,000 bail. I spoke to DA Bragg a few days ago on behalf of the Bodegas, United Bodegas of America, and on behalf of the Yemenese American Merchants Association, and we requested a meeting with him, a face-to-face meeting, so that we can understand what's going on, how he's viewing this case. And furthermore, most importantly, is what are we going to do moving forward? Every day of the year, bodega owners, clerks, their employees are going through very similar situations as what happened to Mr. Jose Alba. And it doesn't make the news, but you know what? These people are not prosecuted. These people are just, given a desk appearance ticket, if that, and they go home, and they continue to terrorize small businesses all over the city every single day. I was moved by the conversation that I had with DA Bragg because he was willing to listen. He was willing to understand and hear from us what we need, what we are looking for. And that is a step in the right direction. We look forward to Tuesday morning when Dr. Debbie Radames Rodriguez and myself, along with a few others, will sit down with DA Bragg and discuss the Jose Alba case, as well as many other cases, thousands of cases that go on every single day. Listen, I'm sure that DA Bragg has shopped or has walked into a bodega. I think that 99% of all New Yorkers at some point or another have walked into a bodega. And they know what these people are facing and what they're going through. We see through the news exactly what happens, and we see on real life time through our tech system how bodega owners are being attacked every day and how they're being looted every day. And we're gonna try to find a solution. to this huge problem that we have. So today we're here to basically say we believe that Jose Alba's charges should all be dropped. Murder charges and any charges that he's being charged with, because it's the right thing to do. And we're hoping that we will convince D.A. Bragg to do the right thing. As I said before, he was very, very understanding, and he was very much looking forward to a meeting with us. So I'm hoping that this will lead to all charges being dropped. Nothing is guaranteed, but we're going to plead for Jose Alba. But we also want to know how he is going to treat every other robbery, assault, looting, murders of any small business owner in New York City. And that to us is most important. So, having said that, I want every bodega owner here, women and men, to know that the United Bodegas of America and the Yemenis American Merchants Association, we are united as one. And we will represent over 25,000 small businesses in New York City. And you know what? We will work together to make sure that our voices are heard if actions like this continue against our small business owners. We are not going to stand with our arms crossed, and we're going to fight for what's right for our membership. Okay? So having said that, Doctor, if you'd like to say a few words, please.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and greetings. My name is Dr. Debbie Almantasser. I am one of the co-founders of the Yemeni American Merchants Association, which was founded in 2017 after the Muslim ban. 90% of Yemeni Americans are small business owners. Right here in New York City, there are about 6,000 Yemeni bodegas and delis that are attributed to Yemeni Americans. And we realized that there was no representation for this community, and we formed the organization to represent them. The reason that we are here today is to stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in the Dominican community, which is being represented by the United Bodegas of America, an organization that we have stood almost at every press conference. And it breaks my heart because every press conference we've had has been because of a fatality in our communities. Yet again, there is a fatality, except that this fatality is of an individual who went in and assaulted a 62-year-old man named Jose Alba. It is absolutely horrific what happened. We saw the footage. The footage doesn't lie. And we are asking the DA, Alvin Bragg, to please take into consideration this footage and make sure that he provides Mr. Alba the justice that he deserves. Why is it important? It is important because every bodega owner and clerk across this city is living on edge because of the high rise of crime in our city. We just lived through a pandemic where all of these clerks and bodega owners were frontline workers, essential workers. They were the only places open in food desert communities across the city. They were the lifeline of these communities. And today, all of these lifeline businesses are feeling a sense of betrayal and a sense of not belonging in those communities because of the rise in crime. And so it is imperative that we work collectively with the mayor and with all elected officials to provide them the support, to provide them the safety and the security to continue being those frontline workers who saved us through the pandemic. This past budget cycle, we asked the state for $2.5 million to provide our bodegas with state-of-the-art cameras that not only take footage, but also can record sound. This is the missing link in many of the video recordings that we have with all the cases that we've had. Personally speaking, for the Yemeni American community, within the last 2 years, we have, as Yemeni community bodega owners, have experienced 5 fatalities. And the last one was actually a shooting of an 18-year-old behind the counter in the head who survived. This should not be happening to our frontline workers, our essential workers. And so this is not only a plea to the district attorney, but to all elected officials that we must coalesce and we must work together to provide the safety and security for all of our bodegas, delis, and corner stores that are the lifeline. It is now, the time is now that we must do it. And we must do it by setting an example of how Mr. Alba is treated. We have to remember he's a 62-year-old man. So I thank you all, and if any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
I forgot to mention, we'd like to thank Mayor Eric Adams for standing with us, for supporting Jose Alba, and for understanding that criminals are the ones that belong in jail, not hard-working men and women. So Mayor Adams, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. Radames, would you like to say a few words? Okay.
You could say it in Spanish too, it doesn't matter.
Nosotros estamos aquí hoy porque estamos apoyando a José Alba. Nosotros estamos pidiéndole al fiscal de la ciudad de Nueva York, el señor Alvin Bragg, que no le ponga ningún tipo de cargo a José Alba. Nosotros consideramos que José Alba es un héroe, no es un criminal. José Alba no es una persona que merece estar preso, sino debe de usarse a José Alba como un ejemplo de un hombre trabajador que se supo defender. Todos hemos visto el video donde el joven entró detrás del mostrador y atacó brutalmente al señor Alba. El señor Alba estaba siendo golpeado cuando pudo alcanzar un cuchillo, un puñal, y pudo defenderse. No fue para matarlo, fue para defenderse. Lamentablemente, el hombre falleció. Nosotros aquí en los Bodegueros Unidos de América, con el liderazgo del presidente Radamés Rodríguez y la doctora Debbie de la organización Yemeníes Americanos y Mercantes Americanos, estamos aquí unidos para poder enseñarle a la ciudad que nosotros no vamos a tolerar este tipo de conducta. Nosotros le vamos a dar todo el apoyo a José Alba que él necesita, incluyendo una reunión que hemos podido conseguir con el fiscal Alvin Bragg para el martes a las 10 de la mañana. Nos vamos a juntar cara a cara, vamos a hablar de este caso y vamos a hablar de muchos otros casos que suceden a diario y cómo la fiscalía va a manejar esos casos para que no suceda lo que sucedió con José Alba. Para nosotros es un honor, aquí estamos con muchos bodegueros, mujeres y hombres, gente que trabajan diariamente detrás de un mostrador y que sufren la misma consecuencia que sufrió José Alba. Pero lamentablemente en el caso de José hubo una persona que falleció. Así es que si hay algunas preguntas se las vamos a contestar. If there are any questions, we will gladly answer them.
Hi, Chrissy with WCBS. I know you were saying that you wanted more, you asked for more money in the budget for the cameras, security cameras. What other actions do you want to see Bragg or just in general the city take to enhance protection for workers? Anything else that you would ask for?
I think that also we at the Yemeni American Merchants Association with the United Bodegas of America, we actually met with the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And we asked for funding to run an anti-violence prevention program that would actually bring community together, as well as our bodega owners, to meet on a monthly basis and to work collectively to diffuse issues. From our understanding, Mr. Simon and his girlfriend were frequent customers at this store. this conflict should not have happened. And if there was a community leader, a faith-based leader, a community-based organization leader, or someone who was respected in that community, would have been able to get called and go in there and resolve that issue, Mr. Simon would still be here with us today. And so this anti-violence prevention program is to bring community, to create community policing where we are working collectively as a community. In addition, it would also bring the local precincts and also our bodegas together to meet, to understand each other, because I can tell you, Radamus and everybody standing here with me have all complained that they would call the police and the police sometimes won't roll in till 2-3 hours later. That is unacceptable. But if they have a connection, if they know who these people are, if they know who the commanding officer is, if they are meeting on a monthly basis, then we will build those bonds that we can work collectively. But it is really built on community policing, where we're relying on community leaders, faith-based leaders, who are going to work collectively with our bodega owners to build those bridges. In addition to that, this project will also be giving back to our communities with food giveaways, turkey giveaways, barbecues. The important thing that we need to do in New York is build a sense of community between our small businesses and the very communities that they are serving. And that is what we are hoping to get this funding, that we can run this pilot to help support all New Yorkers, not just our bodega owners.
How much funding are you asking?
Well, we asked for 500,000, so we're still waiting.
At that time. Yeah.
You're talking about the Blasio era.
Yes.
Yeah, it was in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we need to revisit all of
Yeah, I know.
those things.
Yes.
It's still an ongoing conversation with Mike J.
Great. But one thing that's for sure is that bodegas are partners with New York City NYPD. We are partners because when a crime happens and the front of our stores are lit up and we have cameras, we assist the department in making arrests. We basically are their partners in making sure that our communities are safe. So the city should be able to fund bodega owners so that we can light up the front of these bodegas, put cameras in front of these bodegas, so that if a crime occurs, we're able to get it on tape. As you see, just about every crime that NYPD solves is a crime that was caught on tape. So if all of our bodegas have cameras outside and the stores are well lit up at night, whenever anyone's running by with a gun or with a knife that has committed a crime, they will get caught, because that surveillance video and that the brightness of that bodega will allow for NYPD to identify whoever is committing the crime. So from this point on, we want to help Mayor Adams in his quest to make our city safer. He is trying to do the best that he possibly can do. And all we're saying is we want to be your partner in making sure that our city is safe. If we had the funds, we'd light up the stores, we'd install cameras. That's a step in the right direction. That people don't want to commit crimes when there's bright lights outside. They don't want to commit crimes when they know there are cameras out there.
Panic buttons.
So,
we need that.
Panic buttons happen, but that happens after a crime is committed, okay? So what we want to try to do is get the city involved in the initial rollout of this program, which is bright stores and cameras outside. After that, we can proceed with other things, but that is one of the most important things. And I'm sure that Mayor Adams will come together with us, and we will solve this particular issue. Yeah.
Jason, WCBS. You brought up the point about having cameras with audio and the importance of that. There's video out there of Mr. Albert trying to avoid a confrontation. Can you speak about that? And do you guys have that video?
The video the police have. I mean, these are videos that have voice. They've already heard exactly what transpired. They heard that Mr. Alba was not being aggressive at all. They basically heard this guy and the wife saying that they're gonna F him up, and it all just escalated to a point where this older man was being beaten by a younger man. And you know what? This isn't about race. It's not about color. It's not about ethnicity. This is about people committing crimes. And if you commit a crime, you should do the time. You know, the victim should not be doing time for the criminal. You know, the victim should not be in jail because someone decided to commit a crime. If Mr. Alba didn't defend himself, maybe we would be here burying him. Maybe he would have been killed. And that's what we want to try to avoid. Any other questions? Thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.